Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another experiment where today we're taking a look at an under-18 spine at a non-league football club. Now before we get into it and explain things a little further, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. But as I mentioned, this is an under-18 spine. You can see here Gavi in Sevenoaks Town Football Club, and that is exactly what it is. It's what it sounds like. Under-18 players at a club in the spine of the team. You see from Moukoko, who's obviously an absolute fantastic player. He will be joining Edmonton at the end of his contract at the club in 2041. So we'll go 20 years into the future to see how things go for them. But it's just so that they stay at the club for as long as they can before they retire. Now, looking at it, obviously Moukoko, fantastic player, 16 years old, very, very good. We all are fully aware of him. We've also got Gavi in centre midfield, a fantastic player who's formerly of Barcelona. Again, another player who'll be heading off to Edmonton at the end of his contract. Then we've also got Kaiki, the Brazilian centre-half, who's fantastic. Again, develops very nicely in game, 17 years old, so certainly a player who should do very well. And then we've also got Jaden Owusu-Oduro, a goalkeeper from AZ Alkmaar, who should develop very nicely if he gets the game time. Now, what we have had to do is provide them with English nationality to make sure they can play when they get to the Football League, if they do get to the Football League, and that sort of thing. So they have got English nationality, but that shouldn't really affect things otherwise. It's just to make sure that they play, and it makes it a bit interesting. So we'll jump ahead, take a look at how they perform. They are currently in the Isthmian League Division 1 South East. So we have got a Tier 10 database. It's a classic one. From the FM editor, so thank you, shout out to them for doing that, because it's always great every year. But if we look at the season preview, we can see that the team themselves, Sevenoaks, are predicted to come top, most likely because of the 4 players that they've got in the side who are in the media Dream 11. But with that, let's jump ahead and take a look at how they get on. Here we are then, end of the first season, and quickly, of course, they have won the league. They've smashed it. You can see here that they are on 104 points. Absolutely ran away with it. Moukoko getting 22 goals in the season. Gavi and Owusu-Oduro also being very good on average ratings. Gavi's assists are great. So they've performed very, very well. We can see that. Moukoko's up top there. Gavi in the middle. Kaiki at the back. Some very, very good performances overall. Appearance-wise, as you can see, played almost every game. Assists, if I move that back again so I can see that. Gavi with 25 assists and 14 goals. We've also got the likes of Carl Da Silva, who was also very influential for them. But again, players which would be very interesting to see is if other players get brought into the side to also help them rise up the leagues. But if they're higher than they should be, so if they're bringing in players that are better than they would normally be because of the quality of player they've already got there. I mean, one thing that we all know and love is Carl Hudlin. If you watch the Easy Save, you know my affirmation towards him. He is a fantastic player. He only played 6 games for Sevenoaks and scored 2 goals, but what a player. Absolute legend. But let's jump ahead again and take a look at their progression. Okay, so we've jumped 2 years on further. So, well, that's not true at all. We're in 2027. We're a good few years on further, 5 years in fact. And we can see they are in the Vanarama National League, sitting in 3rd place. Emma Hayes is the manager, a fantastic manager of teams. And to be quite honest, a manager that I would certainly be having at my local club or at St Mary's if she ever did want to come to men's football, which I don't see why she would, because female football is just as good. But with that, she's obviously managed to get them up the leagues. We can see here Gavi sitting in centre midfield. We've got Kaiki at the back with Owusu-Oduro in goal and Moukoko up top. So still very, very influential in there. If we take a look, we can see assist-wise, Gavi's up there as usual with that. And goals, Moukoko and Gavi banging in the goals for the team. So they're very much doing very well. In the National League, as we said, they are sitting in 3rd place, which they actually got promoted via the playoffs. Is that right? Or is that still going? It might be the case that it's still going. So we've still got that game to come. So we'll see next time when we jump forward if they did get promoted. But they made it to the final of the playoffs, which is very, very cool. Moukoko getting third place for goals scored, although technically I think that could improve if he scores in the final there. But otherwise, Gavi as well, looking very, very good for them. If we continue, though, and go back to Sevenoaks, we can take a look at their history and how they have got on. But okay, there you go. Pretty much it. They've won all the leagues going up to the Vanarama National League, even winning the Vanarama National League South first time of asking, hitting 8th and 9th in the National League for the two seasons they've been there. In their third season, they've reached the final. So let's jump ahead and see if they've made it and what else they've got up to. All right, here we are then. And we are in 2031. Further on in the seasons, Gavi, Moukoko, Kaiki and Owusu-Eduro still battling it out in the first team for them. Still in the Vanarama National League, unfortunately. It doesn't look like they have been able to escape. They're sitting in 4th, got knocked out of the playoffs by the looks of things. Was that in the first round? Yeah, by Solihull Moors. So it's a bit of a shame there that they weren't quite able to make it up as of yet. If we take a look, though, we can see if they have at all been able to go up or if they've kind of stagnated. They have. They're always fighting for that playoff place, but it looks like they haven't quite been able to reach it. They've had a new stadium built, the Sevenoaks Stadium, 4,000 capacity stadium, 2028. And it looks like Gavi, Kaiki and the like have been very, very good continuously. Moukoko still banging in the goals for him, 18 goals, 19 assists for Gavi of late. And appearances-wise, we can see they've obviously Kaiki, Rome, Jaden, Owusu-Eduro and Gavi all playing plenty of games for them. So let's jump again, see if they can finally make it up a division to the Football League or if they are stuck in the National League. They did make it. They are in League One. Declan Rice as their manager, which is very, very cool. If we take a look, though, we can see that it looks like their players, the likes of Kaiki, Gavi, and Moukoko and Owusu-Eduro have kind of dropped out of the first team. Although saying that, Eduro seems to be playing quite a lot for them in goal. It's just the likes of Moukoko, who's still not doing too badly. 4 goals and one assist. Kaiki's in there as well. And Gavi. So the experience of their are probably really, really influential in how they've got promoted so far and so high up the divisions. Like I say, Declan Rice as manager, very, very cool. Info though, we can see bank balance wise, looking pretty tidy for money in. Still at Sevenoaks Stadium, their recent one. We can see it looks like they've been up and down a bit. So they won the league to get that promotion. Like I say, we have jumped 10 years on, so it's been a long time. So they spent a long time still in the National League. They got that promotion by winning the league. They then spent 2 years in League 2, where they did then end up winning it. But they've just been yo-yoing ever since from League 1 and League 2. They finally, looks like they have managed to kind of settle in the division. So they're actually spending another year there, which is nice to see. But there you go. It is the final season as to the boys playing for them. And they will be leaving. So let's take a quick look at how they've kind of performed for them over the years before they head off to Edmonton. We can see their instant promotions, 3 of them, and then a rise up the table. Vanarama National League for a long, long time, and then back and forth between League 1 and League 2. Overall, 756 appearances for Sevenoaks, 703 goals conceded, so it isn't too bad, really. 270 clean sheets and 100 Player of the Match awards with an average rating of 7.15. A pretty good outcome for Rome Jaden Owusu-Eduro. Pretty good player, to be fair. Not too shabby at all. If we then take a look at the likes of Yusufa Moukoko, I'm expecting lots of goals. Let's take a look. We can see 236 goals in 599 appearances. 3 of those goals and 14 appearances were for Dortmund before his move, where he then was banging in the goals. Since getting promoted, though, to the Football League, it looks like they just haven't played. They've dropped right off and not been playing anywhere near as much, which has kind of damaged his kind of goal ratio. But otherwise, 236 goals, 24 assists, and 28 Player of the Match awards isn't too bad at all. If we then take a look at Gavi, I'm expecting big things from him, as he seems to have performed very well. But again, since promotion to the Football League, very, very little performances and games. Otherwise, 545 appearances for Sevenoaks, 106 goals, 212 appearances and 79 player of the matches. The best average rating we've seen so far out of the three of the guys. Obviously smashed things in the non-league, but since going to the Football League, they just haven't played enough, which is so strange. I don't understand why that might be, but Kaiki, again, another player that was in the side, and again, 547 appearances for Sevenoaks, 11 goals, 71 assists, which is crazy for a centre-half, and 41 player of the matches, 7.11 rating, and once again, very, very little games since he was so consistent for them, and then nothing. Like, very, very little in the Football League. Strange. Very strange. But there you go. Sevenoaks, under 18 spine. Safe to say that it does certainly help if you've got some incredible youngsters in your side for 20 years to get you up the table, and certainly can get you into League One and the Football League. But there you go. We will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. If there is any other experiments you want to see, make sure you leave them in the comments, and make sure you like and subscribe to the channel to see that. And of course, I will catch you in the next one.